Hello everyone and welcome back to EVE Market, a weekly look at the amarr market. Not in 4K unfortunately. I tested out with recording in 4K. It had some issues, like skipping a lot of frames. So this should be in 2K, should be fine. Let me know if there's any problems with it. Maybe how stuff is readable, maybe, I don't know, something if it's not alright, but at least I'm scaling it down to 2K on that resolution. So I'm myself watching in 4K of course, but yeah, it's basically the only way to do it. I'm still looking also to do it in 4K, but it's just that all on a single PC cannot handle it, of course. But this means I can see a lot more on the market, and that's what we're here for. There was also an announcement by CCP yesterday about Plex changes, so it's gonna be interesting to see what Plex is gonna do. But I know it was not too much. But we're gonna start off with titanium, see where titanium is going. I thought you have a quite bad data point. Someone has been buying titanium for a worst price ever. For some reason I'm missing a few lines here. I don't know why. I'm missing a few lines on the market. See, this line ends here. I don't know if it's because I'm running in 4K? Maybe? I don't know. But at least titanium, not doing a huge amount. It's starting to go up in price a little bit again. Local changes came through, of course, this week on Tuesday. So this may have an effect here on the price that titanium is starting to go back up in price. Sales amount are not too high at least, but we're seeing an increase in price. Still sitting around the 4 in the 4 isks on the sell price there. It did came quite low on the 12. Don't know which day that was. Out of my head, let's see, 12. When was the 12? Checking. 12 was Sunday. Sunday we came quite low on titanium price on that, and after that we started to just start going back up again. For the sellers, for the 28, for the 29 here in the system, and for the buyers for the 13. It's definitely starting to go up in price, so we're not seeing any new records here on that. This titanium is going up. I'm expecting a ferrite doing the same thing. Not really. Ferrite is quite stable. I see there's a small uptrend in the price on the 20-day moving average. The 20-day is still dropping, but it is slowing down. So it looks a bit stabilizing here on the price after the uptrend we had here after a long drop. Is up here, and then again the new drop on the price here for that. We're seeing not too much change, still sitting on the 6 ISK on average for ferrite. This can of course change a lot on tomorrow. 609 for the sellers in the system, you pay 6.37 for that in that case, and then for the buyers in 6.04. That's a quite high one that's coming in. Someone really badly wants some of it. Apparently, that's a high entry on 604. 590 here local, but if you want to get stuff in, yeah, needs to be here. Wheat bio. That's weird one. Which market? But yeah. So coming in quite high here with someone that wants to buy like 87. I think there's going to be around 100 million units. Was buying above the 6 ISK per unit. Then Maxilon. See where this one is going. Maxilon is still going up. See clear 5-day, 20-day average. Both are still going up the lines. See still an increase in prices here. 75 yesterday on average price, 74 the day before that, 77, 70, 74. It's bouncing between the 70 and 75 currently. The highest was here, 77. But since we're still seeing uptrend in price, I'm expecting this one to go up more even on the next week. But I give it also a small chance that it will drop on price because it's already going up for a while again. So there's still I still give the chance that it can drop. 72.43 for the sellers and 70.51 for the buyers. So we are dropping on. No, the buyer's price is not really dropping. But the seller's price is definitely dropping. But there are not too many orders up for 72. It's either you have 73 or 76 already, and 78 or some maximum. Some maximum is still quite high to be easy. These orders also all less than a day old, so give it. This might push the price lower. These, but we'll see. Ocean. Not doing too much. We're seeing a little bit of an uptrend in price on the 5-day average, at least. No, that's the 20-day. 5-day in the other hand is going slightly down. 20 days just catching up with this line here. There's not a huge amount, between 49 and 46. Not a large margin in there. It seems it tries to go up in price now and then, but it's just not getting there. It's already quite low. 50.59 for the sellers, and we are somewhat coming pretty high at 47.02 on Ocean. That's quite high price on there. I thought we were in wrong because that's not a record price. Then Noxium. Noxium is still Noxium is making some movement up on price. We're seeing definitely going up to 331, 335 on Noxium. I did not expect really an uptrend in price yet. I expected more starting to stabilize for. Because they've been here for like 1.5 weeks, pretty good, around the same price. But now we're seeing suddenly it's starting to increase in price here. For Noxium, I did not, like I said, not expected. I expected more to stabilize around these prices, but something pushed Noxium up in price. Still, someone did went slightly up here for 3 days. That might got some more Noxium pulled off the market, and now we're seeing some suddenly a price increase. 332.19 for the sellers and 306.27 for the buyers. Also the buyers are responding to this and going with the price on that. And Zyndred, still really stable on the Zyndred price. Today we're seeing slightly higher, yesterday we're seeing slightly higher on that, lower for today. The rest of the week pretty stable price, quite a low drop here on the 12th last Sunday. On the price here, but also we had a little bit more sales here on the price, so that's pushed it a little bit more down on there. So not too much movement here, really stable on that price. 1080 on the sellers and 1021 on the buyers. Wow. There we go. Cannot type at all. Then let's see at Megasite. I shall see a lot of changes between prices. Megasite is looks to be trying to go down in price. 1365, 1364. Yeah, it looks like Megasite is trying to drop in price. But you see already here, yesterday we're going a little bit back up towards the 1500. Today we're seeing slightly low, just above the 1400. It's trying. It hasn't decided really which way it wants to go. If it's gonna stabilize or it's gonna drop more, or another spike up. But I don't expect really a suddenly increase in price of Megasite. It can or start stabilizing or start to drop more. That's what I'm expecting more on this. 1440.94 for the sellers, 1216 next door, but 1282 here in the station. That's yeah, it's already dropping on the buy side on price. Then the last mineral, morphite. Yeah, there's not too much. There's something happened here during the week, but most of it was still very stable, just below the 9,000 on buyers and sellers price. See a small drop here. It was 9,000 to 96, and another drop here to just above the 9,000. But it's not a bad price for morphite, definitely not. But I don't think morphite is gonna go down. It's quite stable now for a while, so it's quite matching up with the demand. Even big sales amount are not matching up, are not making the price increase really. So because this is so stable, I'm more likely expecting to maybe another drop in price, to drop a little bit more, maybe to the 8,500. Because this is staying too long pretty flat for morphite. It's not good to see. 9,988 for the sellers and 9,100 for the buyers. It's definitely a drop. If you want to get some in, 8.5 would not be a bad price to set up something. It's already making a drop down, and 9,100 is also not a bad price. So if you get a little bit lower even, you're doing pretty good on that. Then we take a quick look at some salvage, some of the armor plates. Not a lot on the market here. That means armor plates are starting to go up in price. They definitely do. Okay, I cannot move my bar for some reason. Oops. I can only do it by the mouse. It's really annoying. I broke the market. Hold on, let me reopen this. Nope, broke it. It's not suitable for 4K. The armor plates are already starting to go up last week. Also starting to go up now. We did have a jump up in price here on the 13th. That was on Monday to 24,000, but after that we straight dropped back to the buyer's price to just about 20,500. But we see an increase in price here, 21 even, 21.5, 22 already, and that's not bad for armor plates. They have already been going down for such a long time. They can really use an increase in price at the moment. And there's also not too much on the market at the moment. You pay about 22,000 already for that, and for a decent amount you're also almost paying 25,000 per unit. And there's definitely a little bit of a shortage on the market here, so we're definitely gonna see more of an increase in price during the week, and definitely during the weekend. 21,402 for the buyers. It is a quite big increase, because last week we're sitting flat at 9,000 on that. 19,000, sorry, for the price. So our place is quite quickly going up at the moment. Burn logic circuits did those make quite of a drop this week. It's what I not expected. I expected more starting to go up, but it's making quite of a drop on the prices, just below the 50,000 even. Over 50,000, but we're still already starting to slowly increase, just above the 50 for yesterday and the day before that. Today we're heading towards the 53,000, so it looks like we're gonna have a short drop here on the burn logic circuits, and then we're gonna go back up towards pretty much on the normal line where it was sitting here before. 52,499 for the sellers, for the buyers sitting at 51,000, so that's really pushing the price down here. I expected this even more to drop then, because there's not too many buyers and there are a lot of sellers. I'm expecting there's an oversupply now here, and that will make the price drop. For the interface circuits, on the other hand, it's starting to slowly go up in price. I can clearly see it's a little bit flat on the beginning of the week, jumped slightly higher, 3 days flat, jumped a little bit higher yesterday, and today we're seeing even slightly higher. It is jumping around a little bit, but on overall you can see on the lines we are still going up in price. On this, already going up for like now 6 weeks, it looks like it, that it is going up in price, so expecting this definitely next week to start slowly climbing up. 6,698 for the sellers and 6,300 for the buyers at the moment. That's already an increase, at least on the buyer side, of 300 compared to last week. And that's already a record top price on Friday interface circuits. Friday interface circuits currently really high, breaking new records since the beginning of 2015. I recorded this, so that's really a record high price on this. Melting capacitor consoles, not doing too much, quite stable for the whole week. Pretty much one flat line for that. Only for today we're seeing slightly lower, dropping just below the 29,000. That's not too bad, but it is. I'm not expecting this one to drop more. It is already quite low. It may drop a little bit more below the, maybe drop below the 20,000. No, it's not gonna drop below 20. It's a little bit too risky. Maybe heading for 25, but I don't expect that really. It's gonna do that. But at least we got a small drop on that. We may hit low 28s during the weekend, or maybe on the next week on that. About 33,000 for the sellers and about 31,200 for the buyers. So an increase of 200 compared to last week. Twin power circuits, these on the other hand are marking quite a jump up this week. Expecting more, the trend was already keep on going up. If I look at here, sorry for my chair, but still making quite a jump up here. We're coming from like 14,000 jumping up to 16. So someone has been selling a lot. You can also see here on the sales amount quite went high up, and pushing also the price up now. But that was for 3 days, and then we're starting to drop again. Wednesday and Thursday we have a lower average price, still higher than we had here before the week. And then for today we're jumping up again towards almost 16,000 per unit. Someone's coming quite low at 16,700 on the sellers, but we pay about 15,000 on the buyer side, and that's about 1,000 increase compared to last week. Then we take a quick look at Plex. Like I said, some changes announced on there. It'll be interesting. We'll see what Plex is gonna do. Not really doing too much on that, to be honest. It seems that it went a little bit more up this week during the week. I hit about 1.8, 08, almost 2 billion at least. 1.2 billion almost. Did not reach it, but there at least. Here you see also we're seeing a small increase in Plex price. Then today it's hesitating a little bit. You see already like 2 days pretty much in a flat, the same average price. So it is hesitating, and it looks like we're now starting to drop in price for Plex on that. So Plex about 1,177,000, almost 178 million for the sellers, 1,114,000,000 on the buyer side. So we definitely went up in price for this, but not too much. So I don't know really if this announcement had an effect on it. We may see a little bit more during the week to see if it has some effect on that, and more people are reading these changes that they want to implement. So, well, it still can happen. Still has chances that Plex can do some movement on that. Then We're gonna look at some other stuff we've done with drone parts. Drone caliper. Alright. The fluids from the drone parts. Not too much. It's a little bit of an uptrend for the last few days on the price. Jump a little bit up on the 5-day average. 20 average is already starting to respond to this because it was so stable for a while, so that one is jumping up quite quickly and jumping up in price for that. This may we may gonna see a spike in this one again. On that 122,998 for the sellers and 19,015 for the buyers. We're definitely seeing here a little bit of an uptrend in the price suddenly. Expecting this one a little bit to go up on the next week. Those cerebral fragments starting to quite stabilize on price now after a pretty long drop on the price. Started here from just before February. We started to make a drop in price for this, and here at the end we are now stabilizing again on price at a lot lower price, but I'm not sure if it's gonna go up even. It is maybe a chance, but now the chance is bigger that it goes up than goes down, because it's had already such a long drop here on price. So expecting more, it's time to go up soon. 199,900 for the sellers, 140,100 for the buyers. Then the drone coronary unit still on a drop, still going down on price here for like the whole week. See only a small jump up here on one day, trying to catch up, trying to push the price a little bit higher maybe, but it's not working. It just keeps dropping on price. Got quite low here today, yesterday around to 2 million. Today we're sitting slightly higher on that. 2.7 million for the buyers and about 2 million for the buyers, and the other ones for the sellers. So about 2.7 million on the seller side. Drone epidermal shielding junk. Also this one was already going down. It keeps on setting up the trend for during this week. We do see a slight hesitation here on the price drop. Of course here we had 2 days pretty much flat on the same price. The day after that we always start dropping again. This can indicate we may see a really low price for it, around 50,000 per unit, but we're always almost hitting that mark already. So yeah, still quite low. 15,000 is not a huge amount. 33,000 for the sellers and 5,217, 502 on the buyers, sitting a little bit on the angles on the buyer side. So I think this one has a chance to start going up in price quite soon. But if you look on the graph, over the last, all these days, quite low on price. We may also can go the other way to drop in price. The relay wiring, also here we made a drop in price here last week already. Tried to pull back from it, did not work, and start making a drop again. It just doesn't want to go up. It's probably everybody dumped stuff on the market and now it's pushing the price down, trying to stay on top of the sales for it, but it's not working out. So all on starting to drop here, and expecting this definitely to start dropping more on the next week. On the higher, there we go. Have we done that? Drone tactical limp. Really stable, not really any movement here during the week. See pretty much from 1 hour after 2 weeks, pretty much on the flat line, so not too much happening there. 26,000 for the sellers and 12,739 for the buyers. So it's sitting, it's on the drop, this one, the tactical limp. It still can drop more, but I doubt if it will drop more. Elite Drone AI. Also this one is quite heavily on the drop in price. It's heading quite low. It's make the drop for like 4 or 5 days suddenly. From around 5.8 million ish to around 3.62. So that's quite low on price there. Suddenly that making this drop here on that. Change you. 4.4 million, 4.5 million for the sellers and about 3.6 million for the buyers. Did not expect that one. Okay, yeah. Then we're going for fuel blocks. Really interesting if this one is making any change. This one is making quite a big drop here during the week for the helium fuel blocks. They came from suddenly from 25,800 almost. Making quite a big drop. It came as low as come on, you pick up at 21,800. So it came quite low here during the week, but you see already that ended up yesterday, no, the day before that, on the drop, and we're already seeing an increase in price here. So apparently fuel made a drop, but has even a chance to go back up again. 24,627 for the sellers and 22,500 for the buyers. Hydrogen fuel, not doing anything. Flatline for about 1.5 weeks, no movements at all here. Really stable price. 24,734 for the sellers, and like I said, on the buyer's price, really stable price here. 20,552 at the moment, so really stable on here. Nitrogen fuel block doing the same thing. Nope. Nitrogen fuel block is definitely starting to drop in price. See a lot of lower prices here. Even the average prices are quite low, making it even at least a downtrend towards the about 25,000 mark. And expecting this one to start going down even more on the next week. It's quite low here. Lowest price 20,000 already. 20,100 there. It's trying to get down. It will go down even more on the next week. 24,998 for the sellers and 24,000 for the buyers. Then oxygen fuel block. Quite a huge amount of sales here over the week. Huge amount here on one day. I'm not getting any info out of it. I am. No, I'm not getting anything out of it. But you see, we had a suddenly jump up in price, bring it up to about 26,000 per unit. And now we're seeing quite a steep drop on the price here. 23,000 on average per day on the sale price. So quite a lot of jumps around here on this mineral. 24,500 for the sellers and 21,661, yeah, for the buyers. So if you want to buy fuel really quickly, you need to buy it straight off market. You're gonna be cheapest out on looks like oxygen, but it's really closely followed by the helium. And if you have time and want to buy it, you're gonna be sitting on hydrogen fuel blocks. Those are the cheapest on the buying side, and helium cheapest on the straightaway off market buying. But getting really closely followed by nitrogen and the others too. So keep an eye on that if you need any fuel. Podcast notes. Let's see what these are doing after wants to load, and I'm gonna stay awake. I'm quite tired. Usually I sleep a little bit after work, maybe 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, but I didn't have time for that yet, so I was a little bit late home. Very slowly dropping like it has been doing for a while now, so keep an eye on this. You might get some cheap in. We're sitting on average price way below the 2 million, so it gives you a pretty good chance maybe to get some stuff in this. All-time low was here at around, cannot see it really, try to find it. I can't find it. Let's do back to the days I had you before, around 60. There you go, but it's still really slowly dropping. If you want to look for opportunities to buy some stuff cheap and sell it high again, keep an eye on broadcast notes. Just below the 2 million even already coming in on the seller side. Just below the 2 million on the buy, so the margin is incredible small on this. Integrated response drones, not really doing anything here. Buyers sellers difference during the week. That's about it here. You see that the sellers or buyers are slightly occupying on the price, of going slightly up on the buyer's price to get some more stuff in. On the seller's side we see also a small drop here, so they're working, buyers and sellers side are working towards each other on that. 2.7 million on the sellers and about 2.5 million on the buyer side. Nano Factory had a small increase in the beginning of the week. Now I see a little bit higher increase here on the 11th. That was about last week's video. We've definitely seen here a drop in price here. Still staying quite stable here for 2 days. Made another drop and staying quite stable on there. So it's not too much happening here on it, but it is trying to drop down in price at least. That, about 1.2 million for the sellers, about just above a million for the buyers. Organic motor applicators also still making a drop in price, still going down here, getting quite low at below 1 million even. It is not a bad price if you want to buy stuff in. It came from all-time low right here. It is slowly starting to disappear from the list. So yeah, it is on the drop, and we'll see where we're gonna end up with that. There. So yeah, still dropping and also starting to increase on the drop there. 1 million and 2 million for the sellers, 1.070 to be exact. On the buyer side, clearly below the 1,991,302 on the seller side. Computing modules. Oh wow, these are suddenly going up in price. All the other BI I've currently watched are starting to drop in price, but this one is surprisingly suddenly going up in price. I did not expect this one to go up. We did see the drop down occurring quite a long time, but now suddenly people thought it is cheap, I'm gonna buy it straight now. Don't blame them, because you can make a decent profit out of it. 1.9 million plus currently on there. Well, average was around 1600, so that's quite a lot of change here suddenly on price. Then about 1.8 million for the sellers and about 1.5 million for the buyers. There's quite a lot of difference in there. Then was it this one? Self-harmonizing power cores. Yeah, buyers sellers difference, that's about it here. Sitting pretty much for the whole week, sitting between the same systems between buyers and sellers. That's what I see here too. It's high points, low points. Not any data that's gonna make a move anytime soon. 21,700. What is it now? No, 2 million, but 2.2 million for the sellers and 1.9 million on the buyers. Almost 2 million for the buyers even on that. But I'm expecting this one soon to start making an increase in price. Stable conduct, not really anything happening here. Buyers and sellers different price. Clearly to see here, it's buyers, sellers, that's the difference there. So not too much interesting there. 1.4 million bid for the buyers and 1.2 million for the sellers. On the buyers, it's on the sellers. Then transcard and microcontrollers. I think I'm gonna pick this one up for last this week, unless you guys still want to have this in. Not too much movement here. We seem to be making a drop in price more likely. After the uptrend here and here, it went quite high up to about 99,000 per unit. But it looks like it has like now, like nope, we're gonna drop in prices, nothing coming to market anymore. We see a small increase during the day, build up towards the weekend, and then suddenly in the weekend we have the highest spike on sales, and then it dropped down completely again. Then on the seller side, about 76,000 on the sellers, but 67,000 on the buyers. Then I'm clicking the wrong thing. You can see how tired I am. I'm really tired. But we're mainframe. Also these making a drop. Keep an eye on this for opportunities here to make some money. See where this sales increase here yesterday, 2 days ago on that, but already pushed the price back up to a little bit higher price than it was normal. So if you want to make some risk, you need to be quick on this, because it's already getting picked up. 2.3 million for the sellers, for the buyers about 2.2 million on that side. Then we have only Tech 1 ships left, right? Yeah. Tech 1 ships only have the cargo in here. Let's see what the cargo is doing on price. Still dropping down on price. 5-day, 20-day average, doesn't matter. They're all dropping in price. Heading towards the 9 million, 8 million even, 8.57. That guy is crazy if you want to buy it for that cheap. But that you get when cargo is dropping in price. 9.1 million on the seller side, about 8.7 million, 8.8 million on the buyer side. That one we're not gonna do. And that's about it for the market. So this was this week's look at the amarr market. I was almost falling asleep all the time because I'm so tired. I may take a quick nap or something because I'm gonna need it. And we'll be back next week again. Please let me know how the 2K quality is going. My FPS seems to be really stable at 30 FPS at least. So, and I hope also my hard drive is keeping up. I'm just recording this still to a normal drive, not an SSD. So that's the point. That's a little bit more of the issue. So let me know how the quality is of the 2K. It's gonna be, of course, I'm gonna expect it to be a lot better than it was before. Please, thanks for watching. I hope to see you next week again. Fly safe.